Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about some DCEU. And the reason why I want to talk about DCEU is because funny thing is, I was talking to my coworkers, and you know how we just be randomly talking about stuff. And some coworkers, because they know I'm into Marvel, DC, and in the movies, they brought up all the nonsense that was going on with Warner Brothers and the whole James Gunn thing. And it was very interesting to hear it from the perspective of a normie. And I remember I said that to a person. They were like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean a normie?" I was like, "It's a person who's not into geek culture and stuff like that, or into the comic books and stuff. Like, you watch the movies and shows, and maybe play the video games, but as far as that's about all you know about what Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and them are. You get what I'm saying?" And they were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's true." So, the reason why I brought it up, the reason why I'm bringing it up anyway, is because we talked. A few of my coworkers brought up the DCEU, and they were like, "What the hell is going on?" They don't really know. All they know is that they're pissed off that Henry Cavill isn't coming back as Superman after he announced it, because they said they saw it on TV and it was on social media, and they was wondering, like, why haven't we had a Superman movie since Man of Steel? How hard is it to do a Man of Steel sequel? And I said it's not. It's WB just chooses not to. And they thought it was weird that they got rid of Henry Cavill, but they keep in Ezra. Some people, because they was like, he can't even run correctly. Again, I'm not talking. I mean, I talk to my coworkers, but I don't really talk to them in depth about this. What's going on. They was like, they don't understand what's going on with him at all, and why he's still. You know what I'm saying? Still there, but they getting rid of Henry Cavill, they getting rid of Gal Gadot, and they getting rid of Batman. Now, I did have one coworker. She was trying to justify Wonder Woman raping the guy, because she was like, we don't see it as that, because his spirit wasn't in that body. His spirit was Steve Trevor's spirit was in that body. Yeah, but to the outside world, it's still that man that Diana's with, and not with the actual Steve Trevor, so that is considered rape. She was trying to justify it and try to bring up logic by, like, look, you and a lot of females trying to justify that shit, but if the roles were reversed and a man did that bullshit, it would have been rape, okay? So that was pretty interesting. But I did find out a little bit of something, is basically they don't like James Gunn. They was like, they didn't like the James Gunn stuff. They didn't like the Suicide Squad, and they didn't like Peacemaker. They thought Peacemaker was completely stupid, and they didn't like John Cena. And then they was like, if James Gunn don't stop showing John Cena in his underwear, first off, and it was kind of funny because some of the coworkers was like, the motherfucker is in fucking tighty whities. What the fuck? Then he ain't got no ass or no frontal, and it's just like, why? And I was just like, I don't know why James Gunn did that, but he did. That's what he wanted to do. They was like, it's weird, and they were saying that they believe that the first Suicide Squad movie was better. They said that I know I heard had another coworker was telling me that they wish they had used the Joker more, because of how the marketing was showing it, but they thought it was interesting take on Enchantress, but they should have did something with the Joker. And I was like, yeah, they should have. They honestly should have did something with the Joker. If you were going to do something with Enchantress, and Enchantress was still going to be the villain, have it where Joker's like secretly manipulating her, where Amanda Waller thinks that she has control over Enchantress, but it was really the Joker pulling the strings this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So that could have been something really cool. Because it was like, well, if the Suicide Squad was so great like everybody says, why didn't they make any money? and stuff like that. I said, I don't know. People to this day keep trying to justify it and excuse the failures of the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, because no matter what y'all say, what anybody want to say, Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad still didn't do well home release DVD sales and Blu-ray sales. It didn't. That's just the truth, you know. And it was kind of a interesting conversation that normal people are just kind of confused and baffled on why they just can't pick up from where Snyder was doing with the Justice League movie and continue to just do more movies. They don't even know the whole situation. They're just like patiently waiting for a Batman movie with Ben Affleck and a Superman movie with Henry Cavill and another Gal Gadot Wonder Woman movie. They really are. Like, I'm telling you, these are people who do not care about Marvel, DC like that. They just want to see good movies. But they said lately, Marvel hasn't really been delivering on the movies, and DC still haven't gave us a Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman movie. And they was like, they didn't agree with the Batman stuff neither. They was like, Batman looked stupid. Robert Pattinson didn't feel like Batman. They thought Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman's costume was lazy. They thought that she shouldn't even have been casted as Catwoman because Catwoman's not black. Again, these are people who don't know anything about comic books. These are just people who know that I know about the stuff. And they was like, it fell off. They thought the Riddler in the movie was Zodiac Killer. Yeah, one coworker was like, no, and that was supposed to be Riddler. I was like, yeah, that was supposed to be the Riddler. She was like, no, that wasn't the Riddler. That was like the Zodiac Killer. I was like, yeah. And then one of my other coworkers was like, what the fuck was that deleted scene with the Joker? What is that? I was like, that's supposed to be the Joker in that universe. They was like, yeah, they need to go back to the drawing board. And again, I'm just like, I'm confused because I didn't think, my coworkers know that I like this stuff, right? But I really try not to talk about it that much because I know how some people get aggravated when you talk about this kind of stuff. So to have my coworkers come to me about the information and they're like, what the hell is going on? That's a problem. WB, Marvel, Disney, like, your normal people are questioning your shenanigans and thinking like they're not willing to put time and effort into another reboot. They're not. Some are. Honestly, some are. But a lot of people ain't for the bullshit. And honestly, it's actually a good eye-opener when you think about it, when you realize, like, damn, these people, normal people, actually do not care for James Gunn stuff. Normal people don't really understand why Henry Cavill's not doing it. Why haven't we got a Ben Affleck solo movie for Batman yet? Like, these are questions that people are asking. These people don't know anything about Snyderverse or all of the nonsense. They're just trying to figure out, okay, why aren't there more movies with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I explained stuff to them, and it was like, well, that's just dumb. Then what's the point of us getting invested if they're just going to reboot the universe? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I keep trying to tell people the quickest way to turn people off is reboot movies and stuff like that. Because you got whatever time you got left with these actors, use it as much as you can and then do the Justice League movies and do these solo movies with them in there, and have a crisis event where you have to just recast and that's it. It's not a reboot, it's a recast. You find actors that look similar to Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, and Henry Cavill, and then just pick up the stories from there. That way you can continue to do this DC universe thing. That's just my personal opinion on the whole thoughts. But it's just an interesting take on hearing my coworkers talk about it and seeing what their point of view is. Because apparently their point of view is like, hey, We don't care about these other characters that they're trying to introduce. We don't care about the James Gunn crap that they're trying to do. We think that that it's kind of stupid that we're not getting anything more with Henry Cavill in it, or Ben Affleck, or Gal Gadot. That's all they care about, really, at this point. So I don't know what to tell y'all, but I mean, those my thoughts on the matter, on the situation. You guys tell me what you think, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.